Well, I've got the bait set. Now it's just a matter of waiting. Got my little blind set up here where I can set up a little chair. And right over there is my bait. It's 18 yards away, so it's a nice easy shot. As you can see, I just kind of go with a minimalist style. Dig a hole, fill it with the bait, and then that pile of brush you see right there, that's covering my bait. All kinds of good stuff in there. And then right there is a giant bear Tootsie Pop. Made that myself. It's about 10 pounds. Look at that little chipmunk munching on that. He likes it. Let's hope the bears do. Anyway, that thing is way too hard for any bear to break with his jaws. I've got it wired to the tree. So hopefully that will keep them there for a little while, even if my bait runs a little low. I've got a bluff right to my back, very steep, so I can climb up that very quietly and peek my head over the top and look right into this bait from 18 yards. And then back up over the ridge. And it's just all wild country clear up to the peak of the sawtooths up there. So with luck, there will be a bear around. We'll find out. Well, that's up where I set the bait. There's Bridger. It's hailing and raining a little bit. He's already barked off a couple elk, I think. Could have been deer, but I have a stronger feeling it was elk. Yeah, maybe raining, maybe hailing, but we've got a great little fire going here. Nice and warm. It's spring, you never know what the weather's going to do. And there's home for a while. Got a nice little bed in the back of the truck there. And as you can probably see, there's a lot of snow left in these mountains. Yeah, one of the benefits of hunting bear in a country like this is that the scenery is spectacular. Lots and lots of snow still left up there, as you can see. There's a little bit of the sawtooths over there. It's one of the advantages to hunting in beautiful country. Get to see a lot of nice scenery. These are the Sawtooth Mountains. My bear bait is set right at the base of them. Got a little bit cold last night. It snowed for an hour or so. Most of it's melted off the ground, but there's still a skiff of it up there on the ridges. It's June 14th. I've had to pick up and move where I was baiting. No bears found anything that I left there. It was a new place and it was worth a try, but it cost me 2 good weekends of hunting. I'll pack in a new bait today, if I can get it all in there, and that'll give me 2 full weekends to hunt. And I'm pretty sure this is a much better place. I've shot bear over here before. Well, this is always a good sight. Coffee water's boiling. Got my little solo stove cranked up there. Only takes about 8 or 9 minutes. Boil up a nice pot of hot water, get a good cup of coffee, and we'll head out. Things are looking up. Been packing bait all morning, but I've got a good place. I've shot bear in here before, and there's elk tracks everywhere. So if the bears are hunting elk calves, this is a good place for them to do it. You can see right over my shoulder, built a little crib with some logs, dug a hole, put in a lot of bait, covered it up with logs so nothing but the bears can get to it, and then I covered it up with lots of good restaurant grease and about probably 20 pounds of nice tasty molasses. It smells really good around here. I've got peanut butter spread all over the trees that's mixed with bacon grease. So I think the bears will find this place. I do wish they'd found the other place. That was a much better spot and stock to sneak up on the bait and shoot. But this will work. This is a very, very good place. So we'll come back next week and we'll see what kind of action we have. This is a bird's eye view from the bait over to where I'll be shooting from. I don't like tree stands or any of that kind of stuff, so I just build ground blinds. I'll be about probably 8 or 9 yards behind that pile of stuff right there if a bear comes in. And then I'll sneak up behind that biggest log, slowly ooze my way around and try to get a shot if the bear will give it to me. It's a pretty neat little setup. I don't think they're going to spot me over there, especially if they're busy with this. Although one time, I don't know, maybe 200 yards from here, I had a bear come in and he figured me out and he circled around and got directly behind me, which was directly downwind, and then he walked right straight at me with the wind right straight in his face and nothing but a few little scraggly pine trees between us. That got pretty interesting. Sandhill cranes. They'll be nesting right in here somewhere. You never know what you're going to see when you're bear hunting. My bait is set up right up there, probably 1/8 of a mile. Not a bad view around here. Alright, everything is set. It's the second night. Bears have been in here during the day. Well, I can't say for sure it's bears. There's elk tracks all around it too. So they may have come in and knocked things around a bit. But hopefully it was bears and hopefully they'll be back tonight. We'll find out. You remember my strategy to set my bait up right near where the elk are going to be calving in the big meadows? It's backfired. There's a problem with it. The elk in the evening are milling all around me in the timber, and then when one smells me, it'll start barking. And that kind of continues through the whole evening. And I think it's keeping the bears away because they're not coming in until after dark. They hear the elk barking and they know something's up. So that's probably a strategy that I won't use again. I'll get a little farther from the elk, up where they're not quite so prevalent. But that means this is probably the end of the spring bear season for me. I'm actually in a good place. There are bear here. But if the elk are coming right into the bait and barking at me, there's nothing I can do. So, time to switch gears. Elk season's about 2 months away, and I need to figure out where I'm going to hunt elk. So, time to load up the llamas, start doing a lot of traveling and packing, get back in, and what I'll be trying to do is find a place that has a good number of elk and not many wolves. There are really no places that have elk that don't have wolves, but I'll try to find the place with the least wolves, the most elk, and that'll be the balancing act. In the meantime, I'll be traveling a lot of miles with the llamas, and that'll get them in shape, get me in shape, and then it'll be elk season. Time to have some fun.